It's been 6 months since I visited Turkey to do my hair transplant, and this is the result. In this video, I talk the things that happened in last 6 months, things that I didn't take into account before doing hair transplant, and the mistakes that I made, and all things that happened in the last 6 months that definitely changed my life forever. In the video that I made 6 months ago, I talked more about the place where I did the hair transplant, how the procedure was going, how professional they were, and how long did it take, and all other details. So you may watch that in this video, but in the current video I want to talk more about the things that I didn't take into account while deciding to go for a hair transplant and the mistakes that I made after my hair transplant procedure. But now I want to share the results of my hair transplant surgery and give you some impressions about the recovery process and things that I did in the last 6 months. The first thing that I didn't take into account that I would have to do after hair transplant surgery is that I would have to dress in a certain way in order to preserve those grafts that are implanted safe. 10 days literally after the hair transplant surgery, you would have to wear shirts. So this is the critical phase after hair transplant surgery until everything is totally healed and your grafts are safe. So it was a bit bothersome to wear shirts all the time for this time frame of 10 days until everything is healed on your head. Except that, of course, for first 2 or 3 days it would be impossible for you to sleep normal. You would have to sleep in the vertical position as well in order to keep these grafts safe, especially the first night after the surgery. It is forbidden to lay down horizontally on your bed. So to be honest, I was a bit more scared than I should be in those first 10 days because I wanted that everything goes well and that those grafts that were implanted stay there forever, as it was actually promised by the hair transplant surgery clinic. After I did the first washing in a hair transplant clinic and got back to my hometown after a couple of days, I had to do the washing on my own, and I received a video which explains exactly how I should do that. The most important thing is to follow the instructions of the doctors and do exactly what they say in order to get 100% results after hair transplant. So after these first couple of days until day 10, they say that you should wash your hair in a way that all the scabs from the area where the grafts were implanted should fall out. So it is important for these scabs to fall out so that your implanted grafts can develop naturally further. On the other hand, the thing that is bothersome is it takes much more time to heal for the donor area than for implanted area. So all the scabs would fall out in the time frame of 10 days, but for the donor area you will have these scabs for at least 4 weeks, so almost a month it takes for your donor area to heal. This is something that I didn't expect. I was not so secure whether I should go outside because the scabs on your donor area and little scars are visible in those first couple of weeks after your hair transplant surgery. So I was really worried about those scars and scabs after hair transplant surgery. Fortunately, after 4 weeks they start to disappear, and you can tell that nowadays it is literally impossible to guess that I have ever had a hair transplant surgery. On first glance it's impossible to see that I have any scars because with FUE technique these scars are really small and you cannot see them by simply watching the person. Of course, the thing that was super important is that whole time. So especially within the first month, I was taking photos every week and sending to the clinic, and they provided me feedback whole time and telling me what will happen next, what I should do, how to use all these shampoos and lotions that they provided me when I was in Turkey in the clinic. They would provide me every feedback needed after my hair transplant as well. And after a month, I was sending them my monthly progress, for which they were very happy, and my hair is progressing really fast in terms of the standard healing process. Besides using a special shampoo that I was given at the clinic and all those lotions after a month, I immediately start using vitamins as well. And this is the only thing actually that I used after taking course medications after the surgery. One of the most bothersome things after the hair transplant surgery is that you cannot do haircuts at least for a month for the donor area and at least 3 months for the area where the grafts were implanted. And even after these 3 months, you should do it with scissors, not with machine. So you should wait for the machine to cut your hair in this area for at least a year. So my biggest mistake during this recovery phase was that I haven't had faith in the process, and all the time I was asking myself whether the procedure went well or not, because after 3 months I expected I would have like totally normal hair, the hair that is super thick. But this is not the case, you know. After even more than 3 months, your hair only starts growing, the new hair, because you have a shedding phase after a month when all those grafts, or a vast majority of them, starts falling out. So you have this patchy look. It is a bit better than before the hair surgery, but still it doesn't seem nice. So the thing that I did is improvise with my haircut, you know. I use the haircut technique in order to hide all those places where I was missing hair, so try to keep the hair that is there longer and to cover all those places where the hair is missing. So after 3 months you will see some of the new hair that is going out of your head, but still even after 5 or 6 months this progress is at least at the half. So you can see my hair now. It seems like it is quite good, but still there is a lot of new hair that is going out, and usually this new hair is very patchy. It is thin, not thick, and it takes time to get to that thickness of your hair. So generally speaking, my biggest mistake was not being patient and asking myself whole time whether the hair transplant really went well and whether I did something wrong because my hair is not thickening. But fortunately, after getting to this 6-month phase, I now am certain that everything went well in the clinic. They provided me amazing service there, and the results of my hair transplant would be even better with time. It just takes time to recover, and they say usually 1 year period in which you get to the full effect after your hair transplant surgery. Thus, I was able to do regular activities like sport activities after a month. I did my hair transplant in May, but I think I should done it even earlier in the year, like in March or April. It would be better, because in June, July, August you should try to not expose yourself too much to sun, because it might be bad for your new hair follicles. So I wanted to share my impressions after hair transplant surgery. Let me know whether you like my hair progress, and do you think it's better than it used to be, and do you think I did the right choice? So let me know in the comments below, would you ever do the hair transplant surgery if you have an issue with shedding of your hair? I mean, really interesting to know that. And generally speaking, this is the channel about language learning, but I do publish some of those private things and share my life experience in general. So if you love my experience, please like the video and share it, and feel free to subscribe to the channel and let me know what are the topics about language learning that you are interested in. And see you in some of the next videos. Bye!